slippery fog envelops you with the chill of autumn. Its clouds billow in mesmerizing patterns. Strange shadows and figures now and then appear in the colorless smoke. The phantoms stay in the dark. You start to shiver. The graveyard dampness chills you to the bone. Suddenly, you hear strange sounds. You stop in time to keep from falling off a precipice whose bottom is lost in the fog. When you turn around, the forest spirits attack you from the mist. A tall figure sticks out from behind the trees. It's difficult to determine who this is. You feel uneasy from the creature's odd movements. Perhaps it is worth asking it the way. The figure vanishes in the fog as if it was never there. Ghostly silhouettes arise from the haze. First, an old galbetz, then a crooked cross made out of mossy branches. You carefully walk along the rotting fence and shiver against your will. In a haze, a flock of black birds sweeps through, breaking the silence. A heartbeat, and you are alone again. Another forest lies ahead of you. The forest here is truly impassable. You fall, tumbling into an old pit, not seeing it in the milky haze. At the bottom, you can smell graveyard dampness and mushrooms. The branches grab your dress. You realize that you've fallen into a demonic trap. You wander among the fir trees, standing silent in the fog. They all seem to be equally hostile. They weave unseen zagavers with the whispering of their branches and drag you deeper into the abyss of the forest depths. You look back. You feel someone is watching you. On one of the trees, you spot a red ribbon and head over to it. It's weathered with time and eaten by worms. The moment you touch it, it falls apart. However, beyond it, you see another ribbon and yet another one behind it. It looks like they show you the way. This giant pine trunk felled by a lightning strike is rotting among his luckier brothers. Somewhere in the fog, an owl cries. You raise your head, glancing at the sound among the branches, then look down again and fail to recognize the trees. It seems the forest around you has changed. The gloomy forest parts before the foggy glade. The opening continues to the left and to the right. You stop and think about where you should go next. Your gaze falls on the forest's edge, and your skin crawls. The dark figure of the Leshy rises above one of the paths. You are going to follow the demon. You follow the Leshy, but you can't catch up to him. It seems as if the demon is playing with you, or mocking you, and then simply disappears. You stop. Around you is an unfamiliar forest.
I can't keep wandering here any longer. I can stay here forever. I need to calm down and think. What can I do to find the way? Right. There's one way. I should shake my clothes and put them on inside out. Then the demons will stop confusing me.
You undress. The fog envelops you with penetrating cold. You quickly shake your clothes and turn them inside out, then dress and look up. The demons are gone. Only some faint clapping can be heard. The fog gradually recedes, and in the distance, you see a village in the middle of the forest. It's surrounded by firs and pines. However, it looks like this inhospitable place is home to people. You can see light in several windows and smoke coming from the chimneys. Ahead, on the old stump, you see a pair of strange boots with a blue shimmer. You take the unusual footwear and approach the people. You reach the village. It seems that the forest's humming darkness recedes here, though the pine trees stand close to the houses. Life here runs its course despite many houses standing abandoned. You notice the hunter outside and call out to him.
God be with you.
God be with you. Wait, you're new, aren't you? Oh! Huh, what a meeting! Hey, people! Marfa, are you home? Look, the forest brought us another one.
What is this village?
Oh, it's Nimza. We're from Nimza. Now you are too. And I think you will be for a long time.
Tell me about your village.
It's your village now too. It's a Persian village. Mostly Yazba. But there are also some Russians. I'm not a very clever Persian person, but I know 2 languages. What can you tell us about Nimza? We're doing our farming quietly here. A pity though. We don't get as much salt as we used to.
So I'm not the first one that Leshy brought to you.
Don't go saying his name left and right. You're not the only one Borsa brought. He takes them from somewhere. Were you lost long? That's why you're here. Recently some cab driver arrived. The forest brought him to us. Now you will live with us.
What do you mean a long time?
It's just that the forest master keeps us here. He doesn't let us go anywhere. I can't even tell you how long this has been going on.
What do you mean, doesn't let you go?
We have whatever we desire here. A west forest, plenty of fields, but if you venture any further, it's all fog. It doesn't let us go. You wander around and wind up back here.
And if you turn your clothes inside out?
We've tried everything. Praying, turning our clothes inside out. We've just come to accept it. How much time has passed? Several years. I can't tell you any more accurately than that.
I've been walking through the forest the entire day. I have no strength left.
We have several abandoned izbas. Stay the night wherever you wish. You can use that one. No one lives there now. Alright, I have to go. We've spent enough time chatting. I won't catch anything if we sit around talking all day, now will I? I'll come by tomorrow morning and see how you're doing.
Thank you. My name is Vasilisa.
And I'm Efim. Jesus be your guide. You awake? Here, the women sent you meat dumplings and a jug of milk. Have breakfast.
So, you're a Noah, right? I am Philemon, the shepherd here.
I didn't get it at first, but Marfa saw your book and told me.
I saw it too, though. I'm a shepherd, after all. I'm a Noah too, a little.
Don't get ahead of the elders. Wait, let me tell. I'm a hunter and a knower. I was always on the good terms with the forest master.
Yeah, right. How long ago did you write him a charter?
That's not your business, Filka. You think why my gun is so accurate, huh?
I may know a thing or two. Why are you asking? You want to set the village free?
Oh, the village is not the problem.
You think we have it bad here? Well, it may prove to be for the best that we're here. Philemon also says so.
The children are not taken to the army. The noblemen don't pursue us. Then again, you get fed every day in the army. But here, we starve from time to time.
Better to be free, though. How to dream. That's not the point. People go missing. Every month a God-fearing human soul disappears.
The village grows thinner every day. It's been one thing after another.
The other day, this woman went missing. So the whole village called us to ask you bring her back from the forest.
Why did Nimzia become closed?
The devil knows. Someone cursed it, perhaps.
What's wrong with the village? It was all taken by Vorsa. The things that can happen to you. We can't understand anything ourselves. Leshy doesn't talk to us. And we used to communicate often before.
Who went missing this time?
Galina. She was a fine woman. A widow. Her husband was taken 3 years ago.
Someone cursed them.
No. Maybe the force took them by itself.
You say they go missing every month?
Yes. A boy or an old woman gets taken by Leshy. All this despite the fact that we don't argue nowadays almost. Some women don't speak at all, in fear of cursing someone. Still, it doesn't help.
All right, I'll get her back. Maybe I will be able to speak to the forest short. We'll find out what he's planning here.
Oh, thank you, mistress. We'll pray for you till the end of our days. Here, have a bottle of vodka and some bread to smooth things up with him. Maria's crossroads are not far from here.
I would try to get her myself, but he never speaks to me. I doubt he will speak to you with me around.
Well, we'll see. God helps.
Huh, mistress, howdy. What's going on in this cursed village? You, our Redeemer, set me free as soon as possible.
Calm down, man.
I just came here, just like you. I was going from Apayazva. We had some drinks with a buddy of mine and I went home. The devil hid my way. Leshy dragged me here in this cursed Nimza. Then my horse stopped. I was flung from my cart.
If you hadn't drank so much, you would have been home by now.
That's right. How did you get here? Drank too much too?
So you came here to chat or what?
Oh, I'm about my cart. I don't remember what exactly was in it, but I left my goods there, and I need to get my horse back. I'm afraid to go to the cart. It's south from here, by the road.
All right, I'll have a look if I'm nearby.
Thank you. I would to pray God for you to get us out of here. He have some berries. At least there is some good from this forest.
The peasants often pass by this place when they go to the fields, and that's why evil spirits like to hide here between the fir branches. Just as now, you can see several chorts hiding among the trees. The slippery fog covers the Nemzya field. The nets of unknown power, woven by a local Khaldun a long time ago, tug at you. They cannot be seen by a regular person, but you manage to find their source without question. A mossy tree stump on the edge of the field. The moldering stump crumbles at your touch and releases spores like some sort of puffball. Inside lies an Easter egg, dried up by sorcery. You take the ancient magical item. Silence gives way to the rumbling of the earth. It's hard to make out what's going on through the dense branches. You come closer and see animal bodies intertwined, the flow of predators and their prey, and hear the trampling of thousands of paws and hooves. The procession, flowing along the rippling lake, soon disappears in the milky haze. You follow the procession for some time, and on your way recollect your grandfather's tales. Soon the fog is growing dense, and the animals disappear into it. You stop and think. Could you follow them and run away from Nemzya? You continue on into the milky haze, and turn your clothes inside out just to be sure. The fog is getting closer and closer, and soon your sense of direction fails you. Several times you trip over roots that have suddenly emerged. You have almost no strength left, but the mist soon disperses. To your amazement, you're back at the same place where you started your trip. It seems the villagers didn't lie to you. Silence gives way to the rumbling of the earth. You follow the procession for some time. Looks like this forest has never seen a human before. There are no roads and no trails. But you find a short's path. You walk in circles for some time, unable to understand the strange, demonic logic. On your way back, you encounter a couple of angry chorts. A branch cracks underneath your foot. You freeze, seizing up with unexplainable panic. A demon is getting close. Do you fight or do you flee? A visitor from the village has lost his cart somewhere here. Sure enough, you find the deep track of the wheels. What was the peasant carrying? Hundreds of pounds of flour, thousands of sacks of broadcloth. Cold dew has collected in the deep grooves. Your thoughts are interrupted by the noise of the wind. You think that demons are somewhere near, traveling like a foul breeze. You find a short wedding at a nearby glade, draw a circle, and throw a stone into the demon whirlwind. Before the demons have a chance to realize what's going on, you read your first Zagavar. The strange tracks bring you to a cart. It's submerged in the swampy earth, like a flooded boat on a lake shore. There are no traces of shoveling around it, nor are there traces of a human presence. It seems the cart sank deeper into the earth over time, until it became completely stuck within it. There's nothing heavy inside, only a light basket with colored threads and ribbons, which you take for yourself. The cart is ruined, with no hope for restoration. The wheels are broken. Some of them are missing all of the spokes. Part of the wood is damp, and moss has begun to grow on it. What sort of load was it carrying? The fog is beginning to grow thicker. Perhaps you're getting closer to the border of the domain Valeshi gave to the people of Nemzia. You only gradually realize that you have come to a crossroads. The milky haze around you is that thick.
There are old crosses here too, just like on Mikhail's crossroads. Grandpa told me they used to burn the dead and bury them in clay pots at the crossroads. The sun is setting, but the fog stays.
There are white toadstools growing near the old crosses. Smells like autumn rot. The crosses have turned black and covered with moss. You come closer. Looks like they've been shot, with duckshot. The holes look fresh. There are toadstools growing at the crosses. You unfold the towel, embroidered with perm patterns that Yefim gave you. You put a bottle of vodka and a loaf of bread onto it. The circle is drawn. The offerings are here. Everything is ready for the Zagavar.
Righteous forest, your children are your servants. The Lord's servant Galina, peasant from Nemzia, named by the Lord, is not sold to you, is not given to you. No writings are in her name. Bring me her right this minute. As I told it, so it will be.
The raven silently watches you from the fir branch. His eyes burn with strange crimson light, and it's not candlelight reflecting.
You're not from Nemzia.
The branches look like they repeat the raven's words.
No, I'm a visitor here.
A witch, but you got lost. Carr, carr.
I followed every rule. Well, I may have forgotten to ask permission. I'm sorry, kind forest.
Carr, carr, carr.
The raven's cawing reminds you of dry laughter.
Don't let yourself out. I'm not a lassie. Not exactly.
What do you mean? Did I do something wrong with the ritual?
The raven walks along the circle's edge, his head bent.
So, you're looking for a peasant girl. I will help you. And maybe you will help me in return.
What kind of chort are you?
Carr. Do you know how a Lashley manages his household? We had everything nice and proper until recently. You'll soon learn for yourself. Yourself.
If you're not a Leshy, then where is he?
He fell asleep like a regular Ivan. Grr, grr. He snores so hard the mist billows.
What do you mean, fell asleep? Who's looking after the forest?
Grr, grr, grr.
How can I help you?
First, we find the girl. Then we talk. I can't manage without a witch. You came in time. In time.
I need to get out of here, not go looking for that girl.
You won't get out of here unless you find the Lashley. He's the one holding you here, not I. Not I. I want to help you. Yes. Find Galina. Find the one who took her. Took her!
All right, but if you're lying to me, where do I find this woman?
It's night. We won't go right now. Not, we'd better not. Grr! Come tomorrow to the south of Nimzia. You'll find a dry tree there. And don't go telling anyone what I told you, or it will get worse. Tell no one.
Where's that tree?
It's a tall tree. You'll find it. Perm people call it Kulpu, the devil's tree. Tell no one. Grr, grr.
You shudder from the sudden cawing. In a moment, the raven disappears in the fog. Your skin crawls. Thinking about it, you blow out the candles and go back to Nimzia.
Hey, open up! It's Anisia Ivanovna. I'm not afraid of you, demon Yeretnik. Hey, don't go bugging your eyes out on me. It's you, right? Cursed Vaska. All Nimzia is talking about you. Snake spit in your eye. They say you're a witch. Phil, you'll burn in hell, wayward girl.
The pots on the old shelf are shaking from her cries. Looks like Anisia Ivanovna is not stopping anytime soon.
At least cover your head, you witch! A pox on your head, you Moscow filth! As soon as someone speaks a foul word, you latch onto it, demon guides. So the whole village said it. So what? There she is, sitting in the red corner with her filthy book. No justice for you, godless heavens! Because of the likes of you, we're staying here in this fog and nothing grows here, you alien witch!
Anicia proceeds in this manner for some time, but eventually she gets tired. She spits on the floor and walks out of your izba.
Oh, just met Anicia by the entrance. A wicked woman, my lord.
I noticed.
Hey, Vasilisa, God helps!
Howdy, Vasilisa. This is for you. Gathered some nuts and berries.
God helps. Thank you for the gifts.
So, how's the things on the crossroads? I couldn't sleep today. Waited the whole night.
I was in the crossroads, called Leshi. For now, it's not your business.
Why is it not our business?
You are knowers, but not the kind to manage the righteous forest. I will try speaking to Leshi one more time today. Well, I have to go. I will tell you if I have any news. For now, sleep soundly.
The baffled men walk out of the room and close the doors behind them.
Howdy, Vasilisa.
God bless.
I brought you breakfast. My name is Marfa. I saw you from my window yesterday. You're going to bring Galina back. Go on. I won't bother you. I want to help. I think I know where she might be. We have a river here, Piliva. I was near the bridge and saw it. She was standing there, all in white, on the other bank. It's the truth, I swear to God. I'm screaming to her, Galia, Galia. She doesn't answer. Just standing there, not moving. And I can't see her face. My blood runs cold. I was so scared. I turn around and she's gone.
All right. I'll take a look on the other shore if I'm nearby.
Oh, thank you, our Redeemer. Tell me tomorrow how it goes.
Oh, Vasilisa, you saved my goods! Do you know how much these fabrics cost? Dear God, thank you. I have nothing to pay you with. Here, at least take some rye bread. That's different from what they usually eat in this filthy Nimzya. Well, God bless you.
The villagers depart to the fields. Some of them avoid you, going to the other side of the streets and closing their shutters. Others look at you with hope and whisper prayers. You walk some distance from the village and find a fire site. Recently, the locals burned down the forest near the village, trying to stop its growth. An added bonus was the preparation of fertile land for future crops. Demons often settle on such fire sites. The coals of fir trees and pines crunch underneath your feet. You aren't surprised when you discover that the fire attracted evil spirits. Having completed all the standard rituals, you step under the forest canopy. Again, you feel as though someone is watching you. Clutching your book tighter, you continue on your way and soon notice an opening to your left. Looks like there are fewer trees there. The forest trail, on the other hand, is full of shadows and darkness. The unwelcoming forest scratches you with its furry branches. Grinding your teeth, you continue toward your goal. Having completed all the standard rituals, it's definitely easier to walk here, and you have a chance to catch your breath. You think about the trees guarding you silently to the left and to the right. How long have they been keeping this old forest safe? The forest runs parallel to the village of Gluchaya Virva. The fog covers the opposite bank so that only the very edge is visible. Suddenly, someone on that side starts up a sad song. You look around, but can't see any bridge nearby. You search the shore in the hope of finding an abandoned boat, and you are lucky. However, no matter how hard you try to reach the other shore, you can't do it. The Leshy is too powerful. All you can do now is abandon any attempt. The icy water burns you like coals. You take a few steps, but realize that you won't be able to swim across. This ravine was notorious among Nemzya villagers, even before their village was captured by the Leshy. The steep slopes are lost in the milky haze, which still permeates the local woods. Nevertheless, you hear a quiet rustling coming from below, almost like the flowing of distant water. You also see the figure of a large fir tree rising above the other trees. You carefully descend, trying not to fall down into the foggy abyss. You soon see the source of the noise. Thousands of squirrels are running along the bottom of the ravine somewhere to the north. Above a living carpet of animals stand several chorts. From time to time, they fish one of them out, bite an unfortunate rodent in half with a crunch, and sprinkle its scurrying relatives with its blood. You call out to the chorts. They stretch into thin lines and dissipate in the fog. When the swarm of squirrels stops, you find a small purse with silver on the ground. Squirrel gratitude. You take the money and get back onto the trail. This whole forest looks identically grim, even this birchwood. Among the trees stands a forked birch. The old trunk is covered with mushrooms and pulses with a strange, sorceress power. You touch something hard and take a piece of stale bread with hairs baked inside, as well as nail clippings. This is obviously an offering to the Leshy. You follow your gut and seem to be getting closer to the tree the raven spoke of. The trees grow closer together here, and you feel the demon presence more intensely. The branches become more and more intertwined, and finally close off your way entirely. You whisper a Zagavar and witness the result of the Leshy's sorcery.
These sorceress logs weren't made by humans. The sorcery is complex, but I can handle it.
You inspect the Leshy symbols. The demon has closed this way with 3 locks. Without removing them, you can't go any further. It is within your powers to unlock them, but each lock is sure to be guarded by his helpers. The circle is drawn. You whisper the secret words to open the next lock. The Leshy's guards are quick to arrive. The first lock has been opened. You catch your breath, getting ready to open the next one. The circle is drawn. You whisper the secret words to open the next lock. The Leshy's guards are quick to arrive. The second lock is open. Only one is left. The circle is drawn. You whisper the secret words to open the next lock. The Leshy's guards are quick to arrive. The final sorceress lock falls from the forest. You feel the earth trembling as the sorcery weakens.
Huge roots. They even look alive.
Among the roots lies a woman dressed like a Nimzia villager. She breathes heavily and in gasps. A raven walks around her, watching with impatience.
Anicia, is that you? I didn't curse him.
Wait, calm down. I'll help you.
You whisper a Zagavr, and the woman starts to breathe steadily. Now her life is safe, but she loses consciousness.
What's wrong with her? Are you trying to kill her?
If I wanted to kill her, I wouldn't have brought you here. Karr! You did well to tell no one in the village about me. You saved the girl. Otherwise, she'd be dead by the hands of the one who kidnapped them from the village. Karr!
What are you telling me? Some villager is to blame.
A Leshy in the guise of a man or a woman in Nimzia. Nimzia! Karr!
If it's Leshy who took her, why didn't he show up on the crossroads?
I told you already. Leshy is asleep. Sleeps below fog with snoring. Only his children left and his wives ran away long ago. Some to Perm, some to Kudem-Karr. Karr! Karr! They Galina from Nimzia and the countless other were killed by his Leshy son.
How do I find this changeling?
Look closely. Observe. Leshy can't hide from a knower. I can't discern him from people. I'm not strong enough. Only you can do it. Karr!
Who are you? What kind of talking bird?
You don't get it yet. You will in time, as soon as you defeat Leshy. You'll know what kind of bird. Karr, karr.
What kind of fir tree is this?
There are several very old trees in the forest. This is one of them. Near the largest and the most ancient sleeps Leshy, in the middle of the forest, in the thick of it. And near trees like these, smaller ones, the hunter leave offerings to Leshies.
Why did this village become lost?
That Leshy's to blame. I don't know how he managed to take all the Nimzya. His power increased in one day. Now he tricks everyone's eyes, can get out. Karr! We will manage together. You will defeat him, and the village will be free. Will rise from the ashes. Karr! But you have to find him. Have to.
Why do you think I'm going to help you? I need to get out of here.
Want to get out? Then you're going to. Otherwise, you won't make it out. No! Talk with the villagers tomorrow. You've met him already. I feel it. As soon as you learn who among us is Leshy, make him come clean. That's how we beat him. And don't make a mistake. Choose wisely. Karr!
The last words the raven pronounces while unfolding his wings. A moment, and he disappears, as if he was never there.
The raven thinks that the one to blame for the missing villagers is one of them. He told me I've already met him. Who can it be? Marfa? Philemon? Yefim the hunter? Anicia! That old witch is definitely a part of it. I will find that Leshy. I need to break the seals, not wander in the middle of nowhere. How much time passed already? Half of what's left? How was he there? Must be going through tall houses now. Right. I will catch the Leshy and make him break the seal. I still have time. Philemon is a shepherd. That means he must communicate with Leshy. Yefim deals with the forest too. He's a hunter after all. And I saw an offering. As soon as I learn enough, we can call to a public hearing. Or maybe fight face to face. I need to question the locals what they know about each other. Maybe then I will be able to find the Leshy. He couldn't live here unnoticed. Well, let's do it.
God helps, Vasilisa. It's a blessing that Galina is alive. Here, take it. From all of us to you. Well, I won't bother you. You need to study the book, right?
Wait, I want to ask you about the locals.
Come to my izba. We can talk there. You're tired. Here, better read something. Come in if you need anything. We won't turn you down.
Marfa's izba is richly decorated. Towels, a large salt pot, and everywhere the wood is covered with murals.
Greetings, Vasilisa, dear. Well, come in. Sit over there, in the corner.
What can you tell me about Philemon?
Well, he's a fine shepherd, a knower. Not as strong as you, though.
Has he been in the village long?
Well, he came here before the forest master closed us in here. Yes, only after that. Anicia is very grateful to him for his work. She gave him a belt, you know. She gave it to him right after St. George's Day, when he whispered to the animals. Other than that, a regular man. I don't know what to add.
He refused to take it? That's strange. I need to learn about this belt from Anicia. Tell me about Anicia Ivanovna.
Oh, the whole village heard her arguing with you. I don't know how you could listen to all that. I would curse her for sure. She was born with teeth. By the way, Galina is her daughter-in-law, but her husband passed away. A fine man he was. You saved her, so she might tell you more.
How long have you known Yefim?
Yes, a fine man. Always successful with his hunting, even after all this. He is not himself lately, they say. The youngsters can tell you more. They watch everyone.
Like many other houses in the village, Anisia's izba is bent because of the wildly growing forest. You knock at the door, and your acquaintance opens it for you.
You again, witch! Ugh. I'm looking forward to never seeing you, you damn vulture! Well, what do you need? Yefim? He's a fool. I bet he's the reason the village got stolen. I bet he wrote his little charter wrong, and the Leshy was only too glad to grab it all. Phew, godless kolduns. That girl's a hypocrite, wants everyone to like her, but she's got a mind of her own. She's gonna give us trouble. Oh, another curse maker. This one is worse than all the rest. His mug is all rotten, just like yours. He does nothing, only feeds here for free. I know exactly how these Noah shepherds do their work. The wolves watch the animals instead of him. He's only dilly-dallying.
They say that Galina that went missing was your daughter-in-law, right?
That's none of your business. You lousy witch! Get lost!
Anicia pushes you away from the door and slams it shut in your face. Galina is doing well. She's sitting at the table and is already busy doing housework.
Vasilisa, I don't know how to thank you. You'll always be welcome in my house. Well, come in, sit here, under the icons.
This woman came to me, Anisia Ivanovna.
Oh, Lord help me. Even the Leshy won't take that woman. I know. I used to be her daughter-in-law. We're friends. I love her. She used to bring me and my husband lots of gifts, especially after our village got closed. She's so kind. He's friends with the shepherd. I bet they both talk to the Leshy. But I don't believe they are to blame for the missing people. They are fine men.
Do you remember the time when the master of the forest took you? What did he look like?
My memory is foggy, Vasilisa. I can hardly remember any of it.
Did he look like anyone from the village?
No, he was dark, as if made of wood, covered in moss and mushrooms. He nearly crushed me with those roots. God help me.
Galina starts to sob.
Remember one thing he told me? I can't pray.
You're Anisia's daughter-in-law?
I was. An absurd life that was. Well, it's a sin to complain. We all live as we can. My husband was taken from me by the forest. He died. God rest his soul.
What kind of man was he?
A good one, loving, so unlike his mother, Anisia. When he died, she blamed me, said I cursed him.
Did you argue?
We had some disagreements, but I don't think she cursed me. I don't remember any such thing.
Like many other houses in the village,
You again, witch! I'm looking for... Well, what do you need?
Marfa says you gifted a bell to Philemon.
I did, and he didn't take it. Still walks in his red one, damn him. This Susetka was smothering me all night. Looks like I made a bad belt. Although, I did it with proper permanent patterns. Why am I telling you this? A witch won't understand. You only want to walk around bareheaded. Ooh.
The Susetko didn't get angry for nothing. I should speak to him.
the herbalist's house smells like healing herbs. You look around attentively, but you don't notice any signs of evil spirits. It seems that the herbalist is not a witch.
Ah, greetings, Vasilisa. Everyone in Nimza is talking about you. I don't care where this village is, in a fog or in Perm Gubernia, makes no difference to me. Well, my neighbor lives here. A fine girl, but not very hard-working one. She's young. She'll learn.
They say the hunters are close with the Leshy. Have you noticed it with yours?
Oh no, don't mention the Leshy. You'll call him. The hunter might go dancing with him for all I care. He doesn't tell us.
What do you know about Anisia?
What do I know? The missing Galina was her daughter-in-law. That's what I know. What else? A quarrelsome woman. Pfft.
Are you friends with Marfa, your neighbor?
Not so much. Recently, I visited her in the evenings. She wasn't home. That happened several times. God knows where she was. You could ask a shepherd about her. He leads the cattle to graze in the evenings. Oh, the youngsters. They also like to walk at night. They may have seen something.
A small hunter's izba that is well lived in. He takes care of his home. The window gleams with a welcoming sliver of light. You walk around the izba, but don't find anything worth your attention. You see broad skis in the yard, a device for cleaning prey and other hunting tools. They are all kept in order.
Oh, hey, Vasilisa, howdy! It's good that we finally have a knower. You've saved Galina, so maybe you will free us all.
How long have you known Anicia?
A long, long time. We're from the same village. She's Galina's mother-in-law. We used to go hunting with Galina's husband. But he's hunted his fill. He's no more. Yes, a fine man he was. A proper one. Philemon? Oh, a good man. And our also. Well, he's not as powerful as you, but he still knows some things. Better go talk to him yourself. Most often he can be found near the haystacks. They're close to the forest.
What kind of woman is Marfa?
Oh, a fine woman. Not resentful. The songs she used to sing in the evenings. Oh, those were the days. I didn't talk with her much. An elderly herbalist lives close to her. She knows her better. She watches everyone from her window. Of that I'm sure.
So do you talk to the Leshi?
Oh, not after he hit the village. Well, I do the rituals, the usual ones.
Galina is Anisia's daughter-in-law?
Galina? Yes, she was married to Anisia's son, but he died. The forest took him, as well as many others.
The Leshy's domain stands before you like a grim wall. The peasants have burnt part of the forest, but it maintains its size, growing back trees with remarkable speed. You follow your instinct, sensing traces of primitive rituals, and soon come to a tree stump that has the remains of offerings to the Leshy and bullet holes. You notice boot prints in the soot nearby and follow them. Here the hunter's stride is regular, and here it has sped up. Suddenly, the girl's tracks cross that of the hunter. You cannot discern anything further. The Leshy's domain stands before you like the fog quickly thickens and you start to lose your sense of direction. Short paws stretch towards you from the fog. The shepherd is sitting by the haystack, hitting his poo drum with sticks. Fog surrounds him, covering everything with slippery moisture. You smell mold and mushrooms.
From one Noah to another, I wish you well.
They say Yefim the hunter communicates with the Leshi. Could he have set up these disappearances?
No way. I was writing charters too, but who wants to curse? He isn't to blame. Well, I only do what needs to be done. Everyone likes Martha. She treats many of us to gifts. But I don't like her very much. The woman has a mind of her own. That's all right. I'll have a chat with her when the time comes. Oh, a quarrelsome woman. She's the one who cursed everyone, that's what I think. His son was Galina's husband, so she herself cursed him. Who else?
Have you ever seen Marfa when you brought the cattle for grazing in the evening?
I have, yes. But I haven't seen where she went. Maybe the youngsters saw it.
You came to Nimzia after the forest master hid it, right?
Yes, I was unlucky. The Leshi caught me. Doesn't seem that I asked for an invitation when I entered his domain.
What were you doing before this?
I was a worker. My father was old and couldn't support me. I made my own way.
Shepherds also communicate with Leshy. He watches after the animals for you. Did he give you any helpers?
Nah, just some silly things. I don't measure up to you Khaldoons. I do everything by myself. It's scary dealing with the forest, everyone says so. I need to look after the cattle. They won't punish some icon, but they will punish me if anything happens.
The scarce Nimzya youth is sitting by an old izba. When you approach, they watch you intently.
We've heard of you, Vasilisa. I hope you will help Nimzya. No one has been able to so far.
What's with this guy? Is he hurt?
His mouth is too big. In our village, no ones who call the Leshy's name too often get their mouths tied shut. Otherwise, it's scary. We don't want to be taken by Vorsa. Well, she's a fine girl. What else can we say about her? Philemon doesn't take apprentices. He tells us he will manage by himself. He's right. None of the animals have ever gone missing. I guess the Leshy is fine with just villagers. It used to be that some bear or the like would carry away an animal from time to time. We can't tell you anything about the hunter. We don't quite know him. He speaks to the Leshy and nowhere, sort of like you.
Did you see where she walks at night?
Marfa walks at night? No, it can't be her. But someone definitely walks the streets. Must be the devil. Recently, Galina went missing, and we noticed some shadow getting into her house. One of us was placing a candle for her in the corner in the evening, so that the forest would let her go. Suddenly, he heard some rustling and saw the door open. It was Leshy. Who else? He immediately ran out of the izba. We found his tracks in the morning. Someone must have been carrying a heavy soul off to the forest. There must have been Galina's second spirit when Leshy was holding her. The tracks are deep, so this spirit put up quite a fight. Scary thing. Galina was her daughter-in-law. They sure did argue, but quietly, so people wouldn't talk. Galina was crying afterwards, she told us.
The scarce Nimzya youth is sitting by an old izba. You sit by a house and dissolve in a deep song.
Там трава дорастилается, выпущу, да я лебедушка, выпущу, да я лебедушка, бел лебедь, да Николаюшка, бел лебедь, да Николаюшка, лебедка, да Василисушка, лебедка, да Василисушка, да пора, да сопарила. та родня да сороднилася.
Marfa's izba is richly decorated.
Greetings, Well, come in. Sit over there, in the corner.
They say you walk the streets at night, acting strangely.
Oh no, Vasilisa dear, God forbids. I sit at home, that wasn't me. Who walks at night at all? I'm too scared.
A small hunter's izba that is well lit. You walk around the izba, but don't find...
Oh, hey, Vasilis! It's good that we finally have a knower. You've saved Galina, so maybe you will free us all.
I found your tracks in the forest by the offering. You were dragging some girl by the forest edge. It was Galina. Did you give her to the Leshi?
Bite your tongue, Vasya.
Who was it then?
Well, me. And the girl was one of the villagers. You can see her in the village right now. I told her not to tell anything. It's a bad omen. I left an offering to him and shot the stump. I've been trying to summon the Leshi for several months straight. I want to ask him eye to eye if Nimza is doomed because of this. But he cares little for us. Will you may be able to get to him? To a righteous forest.
Like many other houses in the village, Anisia's izba is bent. You sneak under the branch through the bent gates, whisper the secret words, and notice a black furry shadow in the far corner of the yard.
Yuck! And nowhere, Khaldoons. I hate you kind. What stench!
Wait, kind host. I want to ask you.
Don't you try throwing sand in my eyes. I feel evil emanating from you. Like from the belt my master wanted to trade. Don't think he didn't trade it. All covered in evil markings. Doesn't have eyebrows. I punish her and punish you.
You notice the shadows grow darker in the corners. The Susiedko is not alone here. Galina is doing well. She's sitting at the table. You search the yard and notice the tracks the villagers told you about. Someone was dragging something heavy towards the forest. The shepherd is sitting by the haystack, hitting his poo drum with sticks. Your blood runs cold. He wears his boots on the wrong feet, and the footwear is too thin at the ankles. Your blood runs cold.
From one Noah to another, I wish you well.
Stop pretending. I know that you're Leshy. It's you who's been kidnapping the villagers.
What are you talking about, Vasilisa?
The shepherd abruptly jumps up and backs into the fog. You don't have time to say a word before his stretched-out figure disappears into the tall trees. Looks like the village was built around barns. Makes it easier for the villagers to take grain and flour for their everyday needs. Here is where public hearings take place. It's quiet here now, except for the sounds of fir trees, nudging their dead relatives with furry branches. You tell a couple of kids to gather the village. The crowd soon gathers.
Why are you gathering here? To listen to that damned witch? Nonsense.
Hold on. Why should we leave at the mercy of the Leshy?
The peasants mumble in approval. You feel uneasy from dozens of eyes looking at you with a mix of expectation, contempt, and hope.
It's only recently that I've come to your village. It's clear that something is wrong here, and prayers won't help. I went searching for Galina.
You saved her. Thank you, Vasilisa.
You hear murmurs of approval from the crowd, as well as cries of gratitude.
The forest master is the one to blame. And he's hiding here, among you. That's why it's so easy for him to kidnap people. And I know who is to blame. They're waiting for what I say. Who among them is Leshy? Yefim is often in the woods. He's a skilled hunter. He knows the Leshy and helps him.
The shepherd is sitting by the haystack. Your blood runs cold. He wears his boots on the wrong feet, and the footwear is too thin at the ankles. Galina is doing well. She's sitting at the table. You search the yard and notice the tracks the villagers told you about. Galina is doing well. She's sitting at...
Vasilisa, you'll always be welcome in my house. Well, come in. Sit here, under the icons.
They say the Leshy came to you when he held you in the roots.
God save us. My life is not enough for him. He wants to curse my household as well.
How so?
How? Why else would he take all my copper dishes? It was all that was left from my husband. And it's still heavy. I saw the trail leading into the woods. The damned chort. I'd rather be dead.
Galina whimpers.
You're Anisia's daughter.
I was. God rest his soul.
What kind of man was he?
A good one. When he died, we had some disagreements. But I don't think she cursed me. I don't remember any such thing.
Like many other houses in the village.
You again, witch I'm looking for. Well, what do you need?
Marfa says you gifted a bell to Philemon.
You...
The Susetko didn't get angry for nothing. I should speak to him.
The herbalist's house smells like healing herbs.
I don't care where this village is. in a fog or in Perm-Gobern.
Can you tell me about this piece of cloth?
I don't know. Looks like Marfa's dress. The pattern is the same.
Marfa's izba is richly decorated.
Greetings, Vasil. Well, come in. Sit over there, in the corner.
So where are you walking at night, Marfa dear?
Nowhere, help me, Lord. I'm telling you, I stay here around the house.
Maybe a Susetko left a piece of your dress in the chest with the stolen goods. Do you break into all the locked houses?
Marfa suddenly falls at your feet.
Oh, don't ruin me, Vasilisa dear. I knew right away as soon as you appeared in our village that you'd find me out. I took the goods from Izbas where no one stays. Those that belonged to ones taken by the Leshy. No one else need those things, right? I swear on the cross that I've never cursed anyone. I loved Galina. I grieved most of all. The goods are my sin, but it's all for the future. All will serve the village as soon as the Leshy opens it back up. I will give everything to the monastery, and I won't forget about you. Here, I can give you some money now if you want it. But don't tell the others at the gathering.
I don't need your money. I have to think what to do with you. You've wasted my time.
Thank you, mistress. Don't ruin me. I'll be sent to a labor camp. I'll die there too.
Marfa starts to cry and whimper. The Leshy's domain stands before you like a grim. You have no difficulty following. The Leshy's domain stands. The scarce Nimzia youth is sitting by an old izba. When you approach, they watch you intently. The shepherd is sitting by the haystack, hitting his poo drum with sticks. Fog surrounds him.
From one Noah to another, I wish you well.
Stop pretending. I know that you're a Leshy. It's you who's been kidnapping the villagers.
What are you
The shepherd abruptly, you don't have time to say a word before his stretched out figure disappears into the tall trees. Looks like the village was built around barns. You tell a couple of kids to gather.
Why are you gathering here? To listen to that damned witch? Now,
Hold on.
The peasants,
I went searching.
He saved her.
you hear.
If that's why it's there waiting for what I say. The forest master lives among you. That's why you can't beat back the trees. That's why people go missing so often. Your shepherd, Philemon, with no eyebrows and with the Leshy's belt, is waiting for you to curse each other.
You search the crowd and see that the shepherd is here. A couple of men grab him by his belt and drag him to the center of the crowd. Philemon tries to fight, but then grows soft. You take the book and get ready to bind him with zagavers, but he raises his eyes, and you see that they have turned black. The changeling Leshy easily shrugs off his captors. A strong wind picks up, and the shepherd's figure stretches out, becomes transparent, and vanishes in the swirling fog. Otherworldly laughter is heard from the forest. The frightened villagers scatter to their homes. You clutch your book tighter and run after the Leshy.
Wait, Vasilisa. I saw everything. Still can't believe my eyes. I want to help. Philemon, run that way. I may help you with something else. There is this thing.
Talk faster. I don't need you in the woods. You will only get yourself killed.
A wonder-working icon will come in handy to you. I blamed God for all of this, wanted to punish him. And I hid it nearby.
I will take, if I have time.
You step onto a southern Nemzia field. Suddenly, your way is blocked by evil spirits. These must be Philemon's helpers. On an old stump covered with mushrooms, you find an icon the hunter was telling you about. The frame has begun to rot, and the icon itself has gunshot marks on it. The face of the saint looks at you with reproach, as if it was you who shot it. You quickly hide the icon in the bag. The raven appears as if out of nowhere. It lands on an old cross and stares at you. The forest rustles around you. The wind disperses the fog, and for the first time in a while, you see the night sky. The raven's eyes flash red in the forest darkness.
It turned out to be a shepherd, not a mother-in-law, not a plowman. Carr, carr. It's good that you found him. It will be easier to defeat him. He's afraid of you.
Yes, but where is he? How will we find him in the forest?
We've already tracked down Philemon. He went to that tree where Galena was found. Turns out he has a secret underground lair there. All of those who were kidnapped are held there. There!
Do you think he'll uncover Nimzia?
He will! He will! You won't leave him no choice. You have the book! Black!
You know about it?
I guessed it, sensed it, knew it from the start. The wind at the crossroads told me. Carr!
How do we find the entrance to the lair?
I know where it is. I know. I'll show. Go to Kulpa. Carr!
Those who were kidnapped, are they alive?
Not alive and not dead. Our father sometimes took people, but he let them go later. Someone will pray for them or say a holy word, and then he let them go. This one keeps their soul, feeds on them. For him, their souls are like sugar. Carr!
What kind of chort are you? Maybe you're leading me into a trap.
You don't know who I am?
What is this strange bird that showed up at the crossroads? Was it this raven? You showed up at the crossroads. Nature listens to you, and you know the forest so well that you can follow Philemon. You're also a Leshy.
Ah, you guessed it. Carr! My name is Karnesh. I'm a Leshy's son, as well as Philemon. He's my brother. He's been hiding from me for a long time, sucking the life out of Nimzia, plucking its villagers. I couldn't track him while he was in a human form, but you helped me. Yes, you did. It is I who dragged you here from Balut. It's my figure you saw in the forest. My presence. Carr!
You're the reason I'm trapped here.
It's not so simple, no. I was lured by the book. It led me to you. I'll help you. Only my father can break the seal on this book, and you won't find him without me. No.
All right. Lead me to your brother.
Go to Kulpo. I will wait for you there.
The sound of wings reverberates through the old branches when the raven takes off from the old tomb. You gaze with sorrow at the crooked cross. Who was buried here, and why? Does anyone remember this old grave and the dead man within? This man was also buried outside the churchyard. These uneasy thoughts stay with you even after the grave is far behind you. Your bast shoe sinks into the freezing sludge. You have arrived at a flooded glade. After finding an old path made of rotten planks, you make it closer to your goal, but feel something wrong and stop halfway into the swamp. It looks like Philemon's chorts have set an ambush ahead. You look around. There's a man standing by the fringe of the forest, but you can't make out his face. You step back and follow the strange figure. Call out to it, but it's continuing further. It seems as if it's leading you around the swamp, across the river. Should you follow the stranger, or continue on your way to the left? A man is standing on the other bank. Your blood runs cold. The figure seems familiar. Could it be him? You're separated by a small, cold river that you can wade through. The icy water burns like a flame. Your breath freezes, but you gather your strength and reach the opposite bank. The silhouette beckons you further, towards some ruined buildings. The roof has collapsed, and fir trees have grown in the rooms. It looks like even the everlasting stoves have bent, collapsed, and become homes for the trees. Suddenly, you witness a strange vision. Several forest chorts are chasing a pack of squirrels while muttering something. You call out to the chorts, and before they can attack, you quickly read the right Zagavr. The squirrels gather in an obedient herd. It turns out the chorts found the Zagavr text in an abandoned chapel. The grateful chorts pick edible mushrooms for you in the woods nearby and tell you about a shepherd's treasure nearby. You get to the abandoned church the chorts were telling you about. You feel uneasy because of its sharp outline, as if it is vanishing in the haze. Under a canopy, you see the black, toothless doorway of the building. Inside, you find a skeleton with a wooden drum. There's a shepherd's charter in the dead man's bag, and several old coins. In the charter, you see the Zagavr the chorts tried to master. Looks like the coins are cursed. Someone put chorts on them. You have no way to learn what this person looked like. Only naked bones remain. But the drum looks exactly like the one Philemon has. You take the shepherd's charter. The moment you touch the coins, chorts, as well as the spirit, surround you. Looks like this shepherd used to be a knower. It's difficult to travel the untrodden paths. The river Pujva spilled over its banks and formed another swamp here. There he is, your old friend. He's here, standing in the middle of flooded wood. You call out to him, but your voice sinks in the thickening fog. The dampness sets into your bones, and you start to shiver, either because of the cold or in anticipation of the meeting. You come closer. The silhouette gradually moves away. At times, you feel you can almost touch it with your hand, and at others, it disappears, but then once again flickers in the pine wood. The one you were following all this time gets lost behind the trees. You follow him, and the pine needles and moss rustle beneath your feet. Suddenly, you step on a broken fir branch. You are quickly surrounded by forest demons. The chorts scatter as frightened beasts. The figure awaits you there, at the forest's edge. Here is your beloved. Here he is, in the fog. You recognize his figure. You feel that you will hear his voice any moment now, but you can't see his face. You take a step. The figure doesn't move. He's waiting for you. You call to your beloved, but he is silent. Only the branches rustle in the swirling fog. You call to your beloved, but he is silent. Only the branches rustle in the swirling fog. Only several steps separate you from him. Another moment, and you will be together again. You suddenly lose your footing. A chasm opens beneath your feet. You come to your senses at the bottom of the ravine. The fog is gone, and the figure with it. You can hardly hold back your tears of grief and pain. The one you were following all this time gets lost behind the trees. In the fog, you call to your beloved. You read a Zagavar, and the figure drops to its knees, writhing in pain. You hold your breath and silence all your instincts to avoid running to the phantom's help. In a moment, it disappears, as well as the fog. Where your beloved used to stand, you can see a deep ravine. You stop and keep your book ready. Philemon is waiting for you by the old fir tree. A familiar raven lands beside you.
Ah, Philemon, you're here already.
No, Vasilisa, hold on, listen to me. Don't crumble me into your book. You don't understand.
Karr, karr. Right, keep talking, brother.
You want to talk? Those who want peace don't learn to ravines.
I was scared. I was afraid you wouldn't listen to me. I know about the book. I thought you might drag me into the seal.
Nice story, brother.
Oh, be quiet, Karnish. You're still much too young. You couldn't understand anything.
Speak before I change my mind.
I won't lie to you, Vasilisa. Enough with the lies. I'll tell you how it is. I sometimes drag Nimza villagers to my lair. Yes, under this tree. But not out of malice, but for a reason. I have to.
Karr, karr, karr. Father would never let it happen. Do you sorcery, Vasilisa, before it's not too late.
Wait, let's listen to him.
You can't understand me, Karnish. In order to avoid greater sacrifices, I have to accept lesser ones. Yes, I made it so Vorsa fell asleep, and is sleeping still. Yes, I hid Nimza and plan to keep it hidden. For this, I need power. I need a human sacrifice. This is the price.
How did you put your father to sleep and hide the village?
It was difficult, but I managed it. For both of these things, I need power. I could wait until the villagers begin cursing one another and take them one by one. But it wouldn't be enough. A speck. I needed a powerful source, a flow, an avalanche of power. That's why I took on this image, a shepherd.
So you took someone's skin, like a chort.
That's another of the necessary sacrifices. I couldn't change my form then, as I can now. I began living in Nimza, sowing discord, carefully, gradually. As roots pierced the stone, so I was eating through the villagers' trust in one another. I built the events in such a way that one day, a local holiday, the villagers got angry at each other. Oh, Vasilisa, it's not easy. Everyone was angry, hated each other. I won't lie. I needed potions for that, trickery, and other things. But I got what I wanted. A lot of curses were said that day. So many that all of Nimza was cursed. That's how I managed to steal the entire village, and a dozen of cursed villagers provided enough power to put my father to sleep.
So, that's how you arrange it. If only I knew.
You were too busy with beasts and paid no interest to people, brother. Learn your lesson.
What huge sacrifices do you want to avoid? Aren't you the reason for them in the first place?
We, Leshies, can see the future. That's how I knew about your seal, even before you showed up here. We know what would await Nimzia villagers in the coming years. We can hear it in the branches, in the whisper of the wind on the crossroads. Everyone, all the Russian lands will be swept by a storm. A storm is coming. Death, famine, murder, wars await you. Maladies on such a scale that have never existed before. This village will disappear altogether.
This can't be true.
It is true, and my brother knows that.
Everything may yet change.
Ha! There haven't been such powerful omens as these for a long time. I am certain this will happen.
People must choose their fate for themselves.
Choose? They have no choice. They don't know what awaits them or their children. These things are written in neither the black nor the white books. The future is much scarier than your chorts, Vasilisa. That's why I decided to hide them. I will kill one, and then the other, but they will survive here with me in this fog.
You're sucking this power out of the peasants?
Yes, I have to kill them. This is the price. I told you what this is about, and you must support me. The peasants ask for help all the time, but no one listens. Only I do. You yourself know about the sacrifice required for a worthy cause. You're a witch after all.
You speak beautifully, Philemon, but the people should choose for their own.
What can they choose? Death is waiting behind each door. Only I can keep them safe. Vasilisa, they have no choice. But you do. I can set you free from the fog. I can break the seal. But I will require a sacrifice. We will take a man from Nimzia together. I'll bring you to your father, and we will break the seal. You will be free, and Nimzia will be safe.
Don't listen to him, Vasilisa. He cannot decide, and neither can you. Only they can. You have to stop, Philemon. Nimzia will be free. You will be free, and my father will finally wake up.
Philemon wants to keep Nimzia in the fog, and the Raven wants everyone to be free. What should I do? Which side should I choose?
You speak nicely, Philemon, and your goal is noble. But people must have a choice. I won't let you kill any more villagers.
That won't do. I won't let you near my tree. Don't meddle in the business of our village.
Meadow? You're the reason I'm here, and not in Vilgard.
I can let you go, Vasilisa.
But you will. You have no choice.
Philemon sheds his skin and quickly hides among the roots of the old tree. The raven bids you to hurry before the spirit regains his powers. You pass underneath the roots. The subterranean darkness squirms around you like an army worm. When your eyes adjust to the darkness, you see that these are shadows moving about. Philemon's previous victims, still restless. They whisper endlessly, but you can't make out what they're saying. Suddenly, Philemon springs from the darkness, along with coiling tree roots.
Think again, Vasilisa. You will doom the entire village.
It's you who are killing it. One after the other. I won't let other peasants end up in your lair.
shouldn't have gone against me, witch.
You shouldn't have tried to kidnap peasants. And me.
Wait. You can't just... You won't be able to.
You sealed your fate yourself when you dragged me to Nimzia.
The Leshy falls to the ground hissing and disappears without a trace. You feel Philimon's sorcery disappear around you. Shadows vanish one after the other. Karnish thanks you and explains how to get to his sleeping father, outlining the necessary rituals. The Raven will wait for you there.
Leshy's son told me to go north, to the old field. I better not waste any time. Every day counts.